For this variation of pike leg lifts, we're going to make it a bit more challenging by doing it in an anterior pelvic tilt, meaning our hip bones are tilting forwards. This is a bit more challenging because we're starting in a position where our hamstrings are already a bit more lengthened than usual, and our hip flexors and quads are in a bit more shortened, compressed position. This can be really helpful to train if you're working on getting split your legs in a position when you're in an anterior pelvic tilt, which happens in a lot of our back bends, like if you're trying to lift a leg in the air while you're in a bridge. Because this drill is a bit more advanced, I only recommend it for students who can already comfortably touch their toes with a flat back, so you have a decent amount of hamstring flexibility to start with and have a comfortable amount of back flexibility. That said, let's get started. We're going to start scooted all the way up against a wall. So I've got the back of my hips, my ribs, my shoulders on the wall. Both of my legs are straight, toes pointed. We're going to reach both arms up overhead, palms facing in, fingertips on the wall. And then from here, I'm going to add a little bit of an arch in my back. Keeping my fingertips on the wall, I'm going to reach my chest forwards. So instead of having my low back touching the wall, I'm making a little bit of space between my low back and the wall. Your challenge is going to be preserving the space between your back and the wall as we lift one leg up, lower it down with control. I'm going to keep that lifting leg nice and straight, toes pointed. This should feel like a squeeze in the quads. Lower it down, aiming for 8 to 12 lifts on each leg. If it feels really hard to get that leg off of the ground, we can make it a teeny bit easier by sitting on a yoga block. Still starting with that space between our low back and the wall, so a little bit of an arch while we're lifting that leg. If you find it really hard to maintain that arch in your low back, you can use a yoga block or rolled up towel or some kind of spacer between your back and the wall as we're doing those leg lifts. That way you don't have to worry about maintaining that arch in your back yourself.
If you liked this video and you're looking for more free flexibility training advice, there's a lot more where that came from on my website, where I regularly post blog posts with stretching tips, as well as detailed stretch breakdowns like this video. You can check it out at DannyWinksFlexibility.com.